to everyone together in the meditation. I'd like to play a short piece of original music before going into the message this morning. And this is a piece that is on the album that we created called Sky High. And this piece is called actually Sky High. And it's dedicated to the sky and all that the sky represents, the infinite, eternal aspect of our true nature, and all the beings, as we heard this morning in Charlie's beautiful reading, the visible and the non-visible beings in our lives. So this is Sky High. Enjoy. I dedicate this to the healing of all of our relations. So it is. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Well, this has been really already, a lot has happened. We've had 3 great songs, including one I've never heard in my life, the Unity hymn. You know, Madeline and I have been traveling to Unity churches now for 40 years, actually. I think we've been to more Unity churches than any human in history, and it's doing great. We really love it. I mean, it's a fantastic movement. And this morning, I'd like to talk about some of the ideas in my brand new book. This is called The World Peace Way. It just came out a few months ago. And the subtitle of this book is 6 Keys to Health and Harmony for All. So that's the title for the talk today. And the 6 keys, so I want to talk about the 6 keys to health and harmony. And basically, it goes right along with the Unity teachings and a lot of what you've been saying today. And I really want to thank Charlie for that beautiful reading from the Buddhist teachings, which really turns our mind toward this idea of cultivating an attitude of universal benevolence, of kindness and compassion and caring for all living beings. And I'm so grateful for my wonderful spouse, Madeline, my wife, who she's put up with me for 33 years now. So and these paintings that I think also help remind us of the beauty of nature and all your caring and loving thoughts about other human beings and animals and future generations and our earth. It's very important. So the 6 keys that really grow out of what we've been talking about already here this morning are, the first one is nutrition. Maybe I'll just say them at the beginning quickly and just go through them relatively briefly. We don't have a whole lot of time left here. So the first one is nutrition. The second one is meditation and spiritual practice. The third one is relationships and community. The fourth one is exercise and movement. The fifth one is nature, and the sixth one is creativity. So these 6 are the keys to health and harmony. And like I said, I wrote a whole book on this. I could talk for hours on this, so I'm just going to say briefly, nutrition is really important. I'm so glad we had somebody bringing in homegrown produce. Madeline and I lived for 17 years in an RV, in a 5th-wheel trailer, traveling around North America. Every Sunday we were at a Unity church giving a talk somewhere in North America or sometimes in Europe or Australia or somewhere. We didn't take the RV to Australia, but we went all around. And so we couldn't grow any food. But now, for the last 13 years, we've been about 2 hours away in Lake County, and we've planted a garden, and it's grown into a food forest. We now have about 80 fruit and nut trees, and so we're really busy there with lots of food growing. And I think nutrition is really important to get the most healthy food that is possible to be eating. And it's also the water that we're drinking, the air that we're breathing, really be conscious of these things. We have to be aware our modern life today, there are a huge number of toxins. There's over 80,000 chemicals that chemists have created that were never here. For millions of years, they were not here. And many of them are toxic, and they're in the food and the water. They're pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, flame retardants, all kinds of stuff. So it's really important to just be conscious and try to make sure you have a filter on your water and perhaps on air, and that you're eating organic, healthy food. And besides all that, it's very important to be conscious of what we're reading. Right? That's also nutrition, what we're viewing, what we're taking in. There's not only junk food, there's junk news, right? It can be really harmful. So really be conscious about what we're bringing into our consciousness. Also, who we're hanging out with. One of the main teachings in all the world religions is you become like those with whom you associate. We become like those with whom we associate. We do. Everybody does. So one of the best things we can do is to create positive, harmonious relationships with like-minded people who are intent on raising the vibratory level on planet Earth, because we feed each other in doing that. That's what in the Buddhist tradition is called the Sangha, the community. It's really critically important, and the more we do that, the more we bless others, and then we can help others who are having difficulties. So nutrition, I like to expand it to all these different elements. Not only the food, but everything we're eating, and also what we're wearing, our clothes, personal care products, what kind of stuff we're putting on our skin, our shampoo, all these things. They have chemicals, a lot of them do, and a lot of household products and so forth. So I have a whole chapter on that. It's just really good to be aware of these things, and it's fantastic. Once we become aware, we don't have to be afraid, just be conscious, be aware, and understand, right? Because there's no money in healthy people, right? There's no money in healthy people. Understand that, right? I mean, here I am, quite honestly, Madeline and I both, we have not gone to a drugstore for anything in 45 years. Nothing. We haven't gone to a doctor in 45 years for anything. So we take responsibility for our health, but we do it through nutrition and the other things I'm talking about here, relationships and so forth. In fact, I'll just say this is kind of funny. They have this application on the internet. It's called Don't Die. It's a guy who it basically is a kind of a fanatic on being healthy, and he's created a test where you can test your biological age to see what your not just your chronological age, but your biological age. And there's these 7 things you do that can kind of tell you they're kind of difficult to do, and just see how well you do. So Madeline and I thought, all right, we're going to try this thing, and so. We got the app and we tried it out and we did the different things, how strong your grip is, how many push-ups you can do, if you can stand on one foot, all different things. And anyway, I'm 72. I have a biological age, well, I should say Madeline first, if it's okay. She's 77. She has a biological age of 35. So it's important to kind of, to do these practices. That's the point. It's like, and I actually am 72 and I have a biological age of 22. But it's not like you're just lucky. It's like every day we spend time exercising, doing yoga, doing qigong. We spend 2.5 hours every morning in meditation. We're out in the garden working. We're in the sunshine, fresh air. And the most important thing is cultivating positive thoughts, to really feel a sense of love and joy all the time. Gratitude, really, because we're here on this beautiful earth. Have you noticed? The earth is beautiful. It's so beautiful. We see it. It's so beautiful in this room, in your presence. And so we have the power to create our experience. And not only that, we do create it. I mean, we are. All of us are. And so these keys, I think, can help to remind us that. So just briefly, the second one is meditation. This is really important. You guys are already aware of this. But to have a regular practice where we bring our mind into the present moment and just without worrying or blaming, so forth, just come back to this present moment. Do that on a regular basis. And especially, I think it's helpful to couple that with sending forth love, compassion, joy, and peace. We have some guided meditations on the table, too, on joy and gratitude, because when we create this inner field, it really changes our physical. In fact, just yesterday, I watched this video. Very interesting. This fellow, he has spent more time probably than anyone in the United States studying human blood. He's a what do they call it? He does microscopy. Anyway, he looks at blood under the microscope, and he says the most important thing he's learned in 50 years of looking at people's blood, what changes your blood and makes it from healthy to unhealthy more than nutrition or movement or anything is emotions. He said, as soon as you're angry or afraid, all these negative emotions, or if you're filled with joy, he said, your whole blood becomes alkaline and healthy when you're filled with joy. He said, you can just see it. So it's really interesting, I think, I just saw this yesterday, that we have the power not only to change our mind, but to change our blood through our emotions, through our feelings. And the beautiful thing is we have control over that. We don't have to feel like we're a victim, and if someone cuts me off in traffic, then I have to yell at them. I mean, they can cut us off in traffic, and we can say, I love you, I bless you. Right? We can do that, right? People can wound us. We think they're wounding us, but if they're wounding us, it's probably because they're wounded. And if we send them love, like Jesus said, the more anger or hatred comes to me, the more love goes back, right? We can live that way. And it's not only better for them, it's better for us. It's better for everyone. So that's the second one, is cultivating, the third one is cultivating healthy relationships. And again, this is basically something we can all do. We can send love. Everyone we meet ever is having problems. I mean, is there anyone here who's never suffered? Right? We all know what it is to suffer, physically, psychologically, socially, and so forth. So the more we can cultivate a sense of compassion for each other and just be kind and loving and use our words to be kind and loving. The fourth one is movement and exercise. This is really important too. Our bodies are made to move. We live in a culture where we're taught and pretty much pressured not to do that. Like we have more and more, we have our phones, we have our computers, we have our comfortable chairs, and we sit around. But to really, to stretch, to move, to breathe, to get in nature, this is really important. It's really helpful. The fifth one is nature. Like I said, this is something that is being discovered. Have you heard of the Japanese tradition of healing? It's called forest bathing. Just going into a forest, not doing anything, just being there. It normalizes blood pressure, all kinds of things change. The trees are our greatest friends. It's really helpful to take time every day just to connect with nature in a way that you feel is good. Take your shoes off if you can. But some kind of way of connecting with nature. The sun, we're taught that, the suns are to be afraid of all these things. It's really important. The sun has a tremendous amount of not only vitamin D, but of information. I mean, it's really helpful to make sure you're getting connected to the sun. And then the last one is creativity, and that's really our purpose on this earth. Each one of us, we wake up in the morning and we have a life, right? And we create our life. And the more we connect with this capacity of being creative, the more we're connecting with the inner wellspring of joy that is our true nature. So when we understand these 6 keys to health, then we have really within our hands the capacity to build a life of harmony and happiness and health for ourselves and for others. So I want to thank all of you for your efforts. I know that if you found your way into this room, that you're already questioning all the official narratives in our society that tend to create very profitable things. And to create an island, in a sense, of joy and harmony and abundance and caring and kindness and mercy and gentleness and freedom, and that those who are drawn, who have a similar vibration, they will find it. They'll come. They'll be attracted. And the more powerfully we do that as individuals, the more powerful the field is, and the more we bless the world. And to see the big picture, always remember there's far more to this world than meets the eye. Try to see the big picture and realize that we are infinite, eternal consciousness that was never born and will never die. This is a physical vehicle. We have it for a few short decades while we're here, and just to treat it well and use it as a vehicle to bless others. And when we do that, we will have lived our life well. So thank you all very much. I notice we're kind of over time here, so I'll stop here. But go forth and multiply this message for the benefit of all. Thank you very much. Bless you all. Thank you. Thanks.